If you and I were having this conversation about Mr. Widodo or President Widodo at the start of the year, it was fairly precarious because not a lot of people thought that he would actually survive the first year.
Well, you're right. And here he is about 3 years on. And Steve Schwartz spoke to you earlier. He said he was disappointed with the performance so far. But you know what? When you put it in perspective, not a bad track record at all. Not the 7% Jokowi targeted, but growth did inch above 5% every step of the way, every quarter this year. Take a look at this chart, David. Indonesia's GDP set for its strongest pace of growth in 5 years next year. Also, when you take a look at inflation, pretty muted now, a far, far cry from the 8% when he became president. And to top that, foreign investment is picking up, more people are having jobs, and infrastructure is getting built in a concerted way. Now, the government, you know, has been preoccupied with boosting tax revenue to help pay for all these construction. And given the strong growth, the central bank has room to hold off raising rates despite the rate hikes by the Fed. If you recall, Bank Indonesia cut rates 8 times from the beginning of last year. Is likely to stand pat unless, of course, the Fed raises rates in an expedited way.
And as elections are looming, fair to say that he is in a sweet spot for his second term, right?
You know what, Betty? You are right. That is pretty much a fair assessment. Regional elections due in June, presidential race due in 2019, though campaigning will start in September. The question really is whether or not Jokowi will run a second term. Well, I caught up with him not too long ago. Take a listen.
Saya sekarang ini baru konsentrasi pada pekerjaan.
I am now just concentrating on the job, on the tasks the people have entrusted me to do. Monitoring infrastructure, controlling infrastructure, checking the Indonesia Health Card, checking the Indonesia Smart Card, checking the Family Hope Program, and checking rural funds. They must be checked, must be controlled. Regarding the upcoming presidential election, I'll leave it to the people.
Saya serahkan pada masyarakat.
Isn't it true, though, given the massive challenges you're facing right now and the massive projects you'd like to implement, another 5 years wouldn't hurt?
Ya kalau saya tetap pada
If I stay in the position of working as planned, I will focus on that.
Fokus bekerja di sana.
We expect the programs to be completed.
Program itu selesai.
But if they are not finished, the programs can be continued in the next period by whomever the ministers are.
Periode berikut oleh siapapun menterinya.
Jokowi just refusing to say whether he'll be running for a second term or not. But some economists say, David, they're concerned the campaign may derail Indonesia's reform agenda. For Jokowi, you heard it. He said he will stay the course. He is a president with a mission.